sema umekula 50 grams of protein. Sawa. Because that meat entails other things that is not protein. So that is where sometimes the need to supplement comes in when you're trying to reach your protein requirement as an athlete, maybe a bodybuilder, a rugby player and all that. And you need now to supplement because you can't eat enough. Okay? For example, let's say you're a bodybuilder. Naturally you need around maybe even 0.8 grams of protein for normal people. But for you to build lean muscle mass, you're going to need around 2 grams of protein per body weight. So if you are weighing 80 kg, that is 160 grams of protein. And let's say one chicken has maybe 100 grams of protein. Okay? Not of meat, of protein. So for you to eat that, yeah, you will eat like 1.5 chickens, which is kind of not logical. So that is where now the supplementation comes. If it's a normal person with their 0.8 grams, then just attain it, even not finishing one chicken. Yeah? But if you want to build lean muscle mass as a bodybuilder, the need to supplement will be there. So the need to supplement will be there because now you need 2 grams per body weight. Now 160 grams. One egg has 9 grams of protein. So hizo ni eggs ngapi unakula kwa siku? Kuku atakuwa anatoa hapo umeokota. Kuku anatoa umeokota. Kuku anatoa, it will not be possible. Ndio, tray moja na siku mbili. Na hii economy ya Ruto, it won't be possible. Sasa in a big logic. So that's the reason why with supplements it is just that protein part of that particular food has been extracted na imewekwa. So that when you scoop, you find that you're just scooping the lean protein, not any other thing, not fat, not carbs, okay? Not any other thing that comes with that particular food, but just the protein part. So unapata maybe umekula half chicken yako, hapo umepata 50 grams, umekula eggs zako zingine 3-4 hivi, yeah? You have your 30 something from there, so you are getting close to it. So maybe umefika 120 with food, okay? Now to supplement, as we said in definition, to complete, okay? To complete the protein intake, that is now where you take your supplement with your scoop, unachukua kama ni 2 scoops zako, and then you realize that, a simple scoop, let's say you take a scoop like, full scoop like this, unapata this is like 20 grams of protein. You see? Since an easier way, 20 grams of protein. And that way, if you take just 2, utakuwa umerich. Sawa, umerich ile goal yako. But the reason why we cannot substitute the supplement with real food is because food comes with other nutrients as well. Sawa. If you eat an egg, it has a lot, it has zinc, magnesium, all these kind of things. Okay, so that's the reason why you can't just decide that instead of eggs, mina wana kunywa tu protein shake yangu sitaki food. Okay, in that way you will get the protein requirement, yes, but you start having some deficiencies. Okay, and you realize that some of them are even going to interfere with your performance as an athlete. Okay, because we have things like calcium that directly affect the way your bone movement and your muscle growth. Na hizo cut on them, even as much you have protein, but you still can't build because you can't perform in the gym. Ujaribu kuperform, bones in a crack here and there. Yeah, sometimes athletes even get to a place where wanakuwa na muscle spasm. Muscle inacheza tu hivi. They can't really do much. Okay, there's some people who tell you they have experienced it. In the gym, you try lifting, your muscles inaanza to vibrate. Okay, ama contract inakata ku relax. Sawa. Because you have a deficiency of nutrients that enhance that particular performance. Sawa. Good. So that is from animal. There's some people who prefer to have plant-based protein supplements. Ndata kwambia mimi ni monk. Yeah. Hatukulagi wanyama, but I still want to build. So do you have an option? There is. There's plant-based. They can take that. Even though because of the aminos in the animal protein, they are normally not the same. Utapata tu protein, but sio ile protein quality kama unapata kwa animal. That's why some communities unapata kama Wahindi wenye wanaona hataki kukula nyama mingi, ukiona bodybuilder wao kula kukosha Wahindi bodybuilder because like ukiangalia like the quality of their muscles is just not there. Sasa achana na wale Wahindi wa movie, those are the chosen few. Okay, only the chosen few. So majority of Indians normally don't have much muscle mass. They have a lot of fat. So in that manner, unapata mtu anakuwa na deficiency, which inaenda ku create the way the body looks and the performance as well. So good. So also you can get this protein supplement from soybeans, from rice, from potatoes as well. Yeah. But now the problem comes whereby you can have a protein shake, but it has some additives which you have to look out for. So when you get like this, you have to look at the content. Uangalie uone ni nini na nini ingine yenye imeongezwa, because sometimes they can put flavor, sometimes they can put sugar. Okay, and as you know, sugar can give this on what calories. So you can be taking your protein, yes, but also calories do not bring in a lot of them together with the protein shake. So in that way, as you build muscle mass, yes, but also fat will come with it. So you have to be very keen in the content, uangalie what and what and what is exactly there. Okay. So from that explanation about protein supplements, you can realize that si dawa, si dawa. So the idea of like demonizing it should not be there, because see now it's not something, it's not like a drug that you can abuse. It's food which you can still abuse, but it's not a drug. Sawa. Si watu ya wana abuse chakula. Mayai kumi. Alimluya anaweka maji ya kuoga. Chemka anasema kama niweke tu unga iko. Na atafanya hivyo kama mara 3 hivi na hataoga. With every next one anaweka unga. Ikifika mwisho anaweka majani. Inakuwa chai na tunasonga mbele. Yeah. So there are some risks as well that will come with taking these supplements or the protein supplements. Okay. One is that supplement companies are not well regulated. Okay. That's why unapata nakwambia you look at the content, because something might be sneaked in that unaweza miss, because there's no particular person mwenye anaangalia na anambia hapana, hii sugar mmeweka hapa iko too high, hii hatukubali. Understand? Hakuna mtu anafanya hivyo. So that's the reason why you have to do it yourself. You have to look at the content every time, and if it's a client, you advise them that akuulize. Okay, unamwambia ile time yetu reach where I will tell you which supplement you need and how to use it. I've seen so many cases. Client anakuja gym first day, second day anakuambia, kwanza coach, kuna supplements hii nimenunua huko nyumbani. Understand? Yeah. I remember there's one aliyeniuliza ati coach, sasa naweza alikuwa 32, yeah? Kaniuliza naweza tumia fat pack hivi. Alafu tuharakishe mambo. Hapana kama training ina waste time. Yeah? Nikamwambia tufanye hivi, I will tell you when I think it's the right time for you to use the supplement. Si ndio? Mimi nikajua story imeisha hapo. 2 months later, jamani train. Wanamwambia ile supplement nilichukua. I go like, oh kweli? Kidogo hiyo kitu ni uwe bwana. Yeah. Nikamwambia that's the reason why I told you that I will tell you when to take it. Okay, because as we are going to see about pre-workouts, they have a tendency of raising your heart rate. Now, heart rate rise, blood pressure rise, and if your blood vessels are not clear or healthy enough, those things might kill you. Okay. Kwanza akachukua kama anaenda kwa bed. Jamaa analala na roho yake inakimbia. Hata na mwingine anasema angeitumia inaanza bibi. Hapana. Sikubali. Hiyo maneno imeua wazee wengi sana. Yeah. Angeamka tu aende road, isn't it? Yeah, so that's one thing that us as fit pros, we are there now to tell the masses and educate them about these things, because supplements are not as common as you think. Okay? Hata sasa hivi tukichukua tu hapa kila mtu tupe supplement bebe na tupige picha na kila mtu aweke status yake. Tutapata response zingine different sana. Okay? Kijana umeanza kutumia madawa. Kijana unakufa. Msichana utazaa. You see? Like you look at some like wale watu wana comment ndio mtu ana idea kwa kabisa kuuza supplement. You understand? So they are not as common as you think, and most people don't really know what they entail or what they are made of. Watu wanajua tu hizo ni madawa wenye watu wa chuma wao wanatumia. Sawa sawa. So it's upon you now to tell them, educate them. Don't withhold information from your client. Okay? Hiyo ni my rule number 1. Tell them everything. Mwambie supplement ya nini na nini na nini, ukitumia hivi itakufanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Okay? Even training. Once umesha train mtu tu leo umefanya chest unamwambia. Si ndio okay? Remember today we have worked on your chest muscles. Tomorrow you might feel some pain. Okay? That is called DOMS. It's normal. Okay? Kesho akiamka kisikia sema okay kweli. Kosa kumwambia. Ule mrasta aliniumiza. Ule mrasta aliniumiza wallahi. Akaniambia nilikwambia au vijana wadogo watakuwa. Okay. Yeye anafanya nini? Si anaenda hosi. Anaenda daktari kifua inafanya nini? Inauma. Kitu atasema ni anaenda gym. Hii atasema kabisa daktari anapeleka x-ray na pigwa nini? That's a lot of money. After I spend 30,000 kwa matibabu juu yako hata rudi. Okay. Kwanza kitu anatamani ni akushike. Understand? So in that way you have lost a client. Fear may increase fear among the society. Yotamea beshte zake. Si ndio? Mbona juzi nimejaribu kwenda gym kidogo, hao vijana wadogo waniumize bwana. Musiende. Ndio hata nilikuwa nataka kwenda musiende. Tufanye hivi. Twende kwa ile sports club tuchezage golf. They look for another alternative. They will not come to the gym. But kama ungemuelezea tu, it would have saved everything. And plus, it will increase confidence between you and your client. Because ile kama nasikia kama ule jamaa niambia ukweli nasikia na ukweli naisikia. Yeah? Anajua kumbe hizi ni games. Sawa sawa. So even the next day anakuja kama amejua there be an effect. Okay. Unajua hata napendanga vitu wana filamu wanaona kwa macho. So kama ulisema na ameona ukweli, siwe ni mesaya. Yes. So you work that, don't let it work against you. Okay. Then we also have long-term side effects of supplements that have not been really well researched. Okay. Long-term side effects. Long-term side effect means that if you use a protein supplement right now, how it's going to affect your aging process, it's not well researched. Atujangalia that e protein na hizi muscles will be built as a result of it. How is it affecting you as an old person now? Ama 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. So what's up? Yes. But these blank spaces, mostly in the fitness industry, I normally don't see them as a bad thing. I see them as a good thing because it's giving us room as a growing profession to research more on these things. Because kama umeenda kwa profession kila kitu imesha kwa figured out. Now you have to work like clockwork. You can only go this way. You understand? But because the spaces now we have the freedom to go either way. Naweza enda hivi, naweza jaribu hivi, naweza rudi hivi, naweza fanya hivi. And I write my research down as with like I don't have to handle all my plans the same. I can change, figure out what works and what doesn't on my own because of my own program. Okay? Yeah. Kama daktari na umesema kichwa na kuuma kuna tu Panadol. So, hakuna vile anaweza kupea any other thing. Haizi jaribu na hii dawa ya tumbo inaweza affect hadi kichwa na haizi jaribu. Hiyo research ilifanya na ikaandikwa and that's the way it's supposed to be done. If it tries and it fails, they can be sued and a license will be revoked. But us, you have the freedom to still try things around and figure it out. So that is part of fitness research. Okay, it's there. You can pursue it even more. Plus most, now the third point about the risks or the side effects of using these supplements, some of them zinakuanga a lot of tummy distress. Unaweza kunywa, mtu anakuambia nikitumia na protein shake tumbo inafura, ina bloat. Siwezi kaa kando ya mpwa wangu. Ndio niko mambo zinafanyika, you understand? So I know exactly what's happening, but in most cases it happens because if it's a protein shake that has milk in it, okay, and this person is lactose intolerant, as most people in the society are, we just don't know, okay? Like, it's unique to humans that we are one of the few animals that can still process our mother's milk after infancy. Okay? Ukijaribu kuchukua ng'ombe mkubwa umpe maziwa mama yake, inaweza hata muue. Okay? And most animals are like that. So humans, we are special in that way, but not all of us. In a group of like 10 people, you can even find like 4 people are lactose intolerant. So you can try it out. Unajaribu siku za umekunywa chai ya maziwa zikoaje, siku hujakunywa ikoaje. Okay? But in Africa, most of us don't know because we have bigger problems. Sawa. Wewe bado unataka kuchagua chakula. Mama kachakwambia unacheza chakula Turkana watu wanakufanya. Unakula. That's the only appetizer tulikuwa napewa, si ndio? Ndio umeona kama una joke na chakula. Yeah, but now that in an adult you can figure it out on your own. Maybe unashangaa mbona wewe tumbo inashindana tu kusumbua all the time. Nenda usiwa na test, hakuna shida. Your clients can also tell you the same after. Maybe we were introduced hata kwa hizi supplement. Shamwambia tutumiage hii, then after some time nakwambia kila time nikitumia supplement nasikia tumbo imefura, nasikia niko bloated, nasema okay sawa. Then you change to one that does not have milk in it. Sawa. Good. And then of course I talked about the calories and the added sugar. Some of them can even contain heavy metals such as lead, and mercury. These are metals that can get into it in the production phase. Okay. Now these are metals that you're not supposed to actually consume them as much. So the more you get them, then later on they can start affecting you. Okay. So now we're talking about the protein-based supplements. Okay. Like I told you, we're going to talk about them in phases. Yeah? So that's the protein. So now I want us to look at the pre-workouts. Unless someone has a question. So those are protein supplements. Yes.
When you mentioned that utamwambia when to start using, what would be the appropriate time?
Yeah, that's a very nice question. So what happens is that there is that muscle mass that you can build without supplementing, depending on the amount of protein that you have been taking. Okay, like I always say, mostly men, when it comes to building muscle, a man should not die without exploiting how much the body can go. Okay, you have to exploit that. You have to try it. So normally when you start training as a man, even though supplementing, your muscles will start growing because you have testosterone and you're still eating. Okay, so that will happen. And then you get a place where now you plateau. Umeshafika ile mwisho yako. Okay? Yaani wewe kama mbaluya unaweza fika hapa mwisho. Sasa so from that point where you are not seeing any much progress. Because mtu akianza unajua ina shows. And then you get somewhere iko tu. Sasa mtu anapiga mguu haizongi, anapiga chest haizongi. Yeye anakuambia coach bana, kitu imefanyika aje? Because at first nilikuwa napata ma compliments za hii watu wamesahau nikana ndani. So anaambia kuna dawa. Unaona hii? Ukitumia hii, so you'll just be able to see it as your client and a progress. But number one mistake ile kupeana supplement na hata baada ya kuja. You see, ile ya day one, ile anakuja dia anakwambia iko na supplement nimenunua huko nyumbani. Naambia hizo supplement uza zaidi tutazinunua later. Because right now your body still doesn't need it. You still have enough protein in your body to build up to a certain point where you can be able to just do natural. So when you get to that point now, you'll be like now, depending on our goal, anaweza fika hata hapo na hapo tu sawa na. Okay. Because maybe client wako si maybe ni model, si ndio? Anaweza fika tu place na aseme coach, mimi sasa sitaki kupita hapo. Mimi unajua sitaki kujaza hizo za ujinga. Wewe kukula kujaza fulani. Lakini sitaki kupigwa. Acha na hiyo topic. But anaweza fika tu mahali na aseme mimi hapa nimefurahi. I just think I should just maintain this place. I can pay for them, there is no need for us to supplement. Plus, with the nutrition of blood, unaweza mpatia a very good meal plan, unaweza mpatia protein requirements zenye anahitaji. Sindio? Maybe if anahitaji 0.8 grams, we can just put it up a little bit to fike 1.2, okay? Ama 1.5 grams. Hivyo na tumejua hapa, tuta maintain vizuri. Tuna calculate calorie intake yake, sindio? Badala ya kwa surplus inakuwa tu optimum. We just maintain it there. Tumejua with this person will not build any more muscle mass, but at a maintain too a good physique. Maybe we work on now other areas, like the fat and all those kind of things. So you'll definitely be able to know. Any other question? Yes.
What about when the person starts supplementing from the first day? So he first time in the gym, how is it going to affect him?
Hii swali ni yako, si ndio? Unajiulizia. Uziwari hautamea mtu mwingine. Uziwari hautamea mtu mwingine. Yeah, what just happens is that, and then there are different types of supplements. Okay. Now what I've been saying now is the protein supplement. But we have pre-workouts, which we want to talk about next, which will give you the energy to exercise. This one, there's no problem. They can just use it, as long as they are fit enough for it. Okay. Fit enough means that they're not obese, okay, and they don't have underlying issues, kama blood pressure, maybe someone is diabetic, anything that might affect the cardiovascular system, okay, because like the client I told you about was diabetic and he was obese, okay. Most people who are diabetic tend to be obese, okay. So he was diabetic and obese. So first we have to clear the pathways, because when you have a lot of blood cholesterol, it builds on the blood vessel. So you have the blood vessel there, and then the blood vessel inakuja na inaccumulate. So you see, blood doesn't have a clear path to pass. Okay. Sasa anytime to ana train anaanza ku work out, your blood pressure inapanda, si ndio? So blood ina struggle ku squeeze. Alafu sasa once anaenda chukua pre-workout anaweka. Okay, now the heart even pumps more and gives more pressure, and there's nowhere to go. Someone can get a heart attack, okay, or even a stroke. So it's important that to clear your blood vessel kwanza, so that the pathway can be clear, okay, so that in case now another work out and everything, it can easily pass. So if someone is obese or they have underlying issues, when it comes to pre-workouts, no, acha tungoje kwanza, okay. But if it's a fit person, maybe you are training an athlete, or just someone who has a fit lifestyle, a young person, we can just start with the workouts. Okay? But in most cases, they will tell you, especially if you train na struggle, na still mechoka, nini, it can be able to help with that. We're talking about pre-workouts. Sawa. So pre-workouts, generally, they improve strength. They improve strength, endurance, they also increase tolerance. Increase tolerance. So normally they have pre-workouts have certain components such as beta-alanine, kama ushaitumia pre-workout yote creatine, C4 na ukasikia kama unawashwa. Unasikia kama unawashwa, kuna vingazi na kudunga ni gazi na kuwasha. Yeah? Ni hiyo component, it's called beta-alanine. The one that gives you that tingling sensation and can kind of kuwasha. More so if you have just started using it kwanza. Yes, sir? Ukikula ugali afternoon, nasikia kuwasha. Maybe uko allergic. Ukikula ugali ina beta-alanine. But that might also be a symptom of another thing. Yeah. Yes. And then also they have caffeine. Caffeine kama inapoga kwa coffee. This one is to increase the blood flow. Nakwambia ukikunywa coffee usiku utalala. Even tea for kids, so people are not used to it because tea also has the same thing. Because now if you take caffeine, it's going to increase the blood flow. So blood flow can increase, that means the metabolic rate is up. Okay, so of course you'll be more alert, and if you're training, it can give you a boost of energy. You can even, instead of taking a pre-workout, you can just take coffee also, come a pre-workout. Okay, because it has the same component. Unaweka tu coffee, unaweka maji warm, ukoroga na. Usiweke sugar, ukiweka sugar umeharibu. Sasa ukiweka sugar umeharibu chemistry. Haitaturn kama index 1. Unakuwa umeshangaa mbona uliweka na hii kitu ya kusaidia leo. Unaona hapo umeisha unajaribu kupiga deadlift isongi. Okay, uliweka sugar, so don't put sugar. It's going to cancel everything. Just take it like that. Okay, some of them also have creatine. So a pre-workout can have creatine or it can be creatine itself. Just the same way it can have caffeine or it can be coffee itself. So some of them also have creatine, which improve recovery time. Recovery time. Ile time unatoka kwa ile uchovu unarudi kwa energy tena. It increase that time period. They also give you strength and improve performance. Some of them have BCAs, known as branch chain amino acids. BCAs, BCAA. All the branch chain amino acids. This one, they are going to increase muscle strength, and they are going to decrease muscle soreness. DOMS, delayed onset of muscle soreness that we're talking about, that kesho mtu nasikia kama muscle uchungu. If you take a supplement that has BCAs, it means you'll feel less pain tomorrow. So it's going to improve that soreness as well. So in general, when I talk about pre-workouts, basically these things are going to increase the heart rate. So increase the heart rate. They are going to increase the blood flow. And these things now is what is going to add on you having the more energy. They are going to add on you having the more energy. It's not like they are going to get the energy from anywhere else. No, it's like they're just manipulating your body to give you the energy. Some of them even help with mental focus. Mental focus. Because most times when in the gym you're training, then you feel like you're tired. You're not tired really physically, you're tired mentally. Because sometimes even boredom happens in the gym a lot. By the way, when you want to chokaga gym, you are boredom. Because you're doing the same thing repetitively. Imagine kama unasukuma sled. Huko hadi huko mwisho, tena huko mwisho hadi huko. Tena huko. Siwe ni ng'ombe tu unalima. What are you doing? Ukiweka watu yoke hivi tu uvute, unakula lima. So like ukienda like mara 3 mara 4 mara 5 unaanza kuwa na boredom. Even without noticing that you're getting bored, unafeel unaanza kuchoka. Sasa hiyo unakanga chini pole unashika simu, unaangalia, unakumbuka hawa zingine ananijaje. Hata niamke, unaamka. Unasukuma tena, unasukuma. Ukirudi kaa tena kidogo unashika 10 minutes zimepita. No, you go bored with what you're doing. It's repetitive. So if you take this pre-workout, sometimes they give you that mental focus so that akili sianze kuchoka. Akili just feels like it's like you're high. It gives you a high. Yeah? What were we there? To go pamoja, yeah, it gives you some kind of high that is going to give you that mental focus to keep on doing the repetitive, boring thing again and again without getting tired. So that is basically the function of these pre-workouts. So these pre-workouts, let's talk about their side effects. Hakuna mtu yote amepata sugar rush ya soda. Watu ni wakubwa wote hapa ndani. Nilikuwa nangoja mtu aanze kupata diabetes. Hata kunywa Sprite. Umekuwa wajanja. Unaanza kupanda diabetes. Tuko like finally mtoto amejionyesha. Ndio sugar rush was hide. Yeah. So because these things increase the blood flow, it might end up to giving you high blood pressure. That being the number one. Juzi nimeenda hosi nikaambia pressure yangu iko chini. Nikashtuka kidogo for like 2 minutes. So usimeja kuna nurses wanakupimaga, alafu hiyo information ndio unaenda kwa doc. So nurse alinipima. Akaona iko chini akashangaa. Tena akapima tena apima. Akaniuliza uko sawa? Nikamwambia niko sawa. Mimi nikaenda kwa doc. So doc aliangalia kusema nini. So mimi nikamuuliza by the way, nime notice blood pressure yangu iko chini. Akaniambia oh, okay. But normally for people who work out, it tends to be low. Nikakumbuka nikaambia by the way hata nilikuwa nimesahau. So for someone who trains, it's normal for your blood pressure to be low. Why? Because as you do cardiovascular exercises, your heart becomes strong. Okay? And the blood vessels become clear. Hakuna ile clogging. Okay? So because of that, the heart doesn't have to pump repetitively to push the blood. Okay? Ikipump tu hivi, imeshasonga. Okay? So unaweza pata someone who has really trained, okay? Mostly cardio, let's say swimmers, cyclists, long distance runners. Unaweza enda kwa kitu choke umshike hivi, usikie ana pulse. Kumbuka hata hivi ndio imepiga tu. Ukishika tena ana because it takes too long. Unaweza ngoja tu joge. Okay. Because a normal person they run 72. But yake inaweza come even down to 40. Like mine was 46. It can even come down to 40, even 42 or something like that. So that is extremely low. For normal person who is not training, that is severe. Okay, it can cause a problem. But for someone who's training, it's normal. So hata wewe ndio ukienda ama kwenda ukienda, mwambie blood pressure yako chini, in most cases it's just okay. Okay. It's called post-training hypotension. Okay. Post-training hypotension. Actually, it even comes lower when you have just finished training. Ushamaliza ukachill ukarelax kabisa, itaanguka kabisa, ita drop kabisa. Because when your training is going to be high, because it needs now supply with oxygen and nutrients as you're working out. But when you're done and you're chilled now, it drops. Not unless ufanye ile mistake ya kuoga na maji baridi. Okay, malize training alafu ende uingie kwa maji baridi. Umejua maji baridi na kuoga na benefits. Uoge na my friend una sweat the whole day. Ngati umeka movie hati na race. Yeah, why? Because of thermoregulation. Okay. You're supposed to go with the same temperature that your body has. Sasa tunashtua tu temperature huku umeenda huku. The body is going to be confused trying to figure out the temperature it's supposed to maintain the whole day. I don't figure it out. So you just continue sweating. So that way you will have a high heart rate. But if you just go with the same temperature, then you relax, your heart rate is supposed to drop and your blood pressure is supposed to drop again. So giving you high blood pressure is one of the effects of pre-workouts. That is if the person is not healthy enough, they are obese or they have underlying conditions. Very good. Sometimes they can get you dehydrated. It can get you dehydrated. Because same as alcohol, some pre-workouts such as creatine, they really know how to retain water. Okay? Yani kiona tu maji nataka. Kiona tu maji nataka. The same thing even salt does. Sasa ukaka salt kwa meza unapata ikono nyevu fulani. Inapikadi maji kwa atmosphere just wants to take. So that's the way it reacts even in the body. Okay? Nanga venye watu wanakunywa alcohol wanakuwa na macho red, yeah? Because they're dehydrated so much. They're dehydrated. And that is even worse if they try training. If they try doing something that is going to dehydrate them even more. Sasa, mpaka kuja kwa klasi yako, unasikia jamaa kananuka pombe, mwambie tu basi. Kesho pia bado tuko na class. So, wenda tu urudi kesho. Because pale mna train, maybe mnafanya zumba ama whatever, and they're sweating and they're already dehydrated. There's high chance of them collapsing. So that thing can also happen with pre-workouts. Because pre-workouts, they really also tend to hold you water. Sana creatine ndio iko notorious for water retention. Okay. Even bodybuilders who are going on stage, wanna discourage kutumia creatine because they will not get as lean as possible. Okay, because kuna kwa ile maji. So even the muscle, it doesn't look as lean as yani kai imekauka vizuri. Naelewa. Inakaa yani ni kama imefura. Okay, imefura because iko na maji fulani in it. So they can cause that. They can deprive you of water. They bring themselves sometimes kwa knees huku and such kind of places. So that's a possibility. Not that it will necessarily happen. Also, if you are hydrating well. Major train na kunywa maji mob sana. Yeah. Because you are losing water as you're training. So you're also supposed to do it. There's this trend that nowadays is happening where gyms have saunas. Have you seen it? It's common. Let's visit most gyms iko na saunas. And it really beats logic when umemaliza kutrain umeisha maji then unaingia kwa sauna kuisha maji. You understand? Yeah, I always advise people choose what you want to do. If you're going to the sauna or if you're going to the gym, because in that manner unapata yani una maji na kuisha sana. And as much as both these two things have the benefits, it's not best to do them at the same time. Okay? There's a choose moja. The same thing to like someone drinking alcohol and getting dehydrated, then they come to the gym to train again. They even get more dehydrated. So even in terms of internal temperature is not good. Internal temperature is not panda sana. Hakuna maji ya cool down. And they can have a heat stroke. Okay? Which looks similar to fainting, just collapsing, but it's more severe. Okay? So it's best that you don't really do those kind of things at the same time. You choose. But at the same time, you need to hydrate. Moso as an athlete, siai kosa maji. Kama kukunywa maji plain ni ngumu, you can even take like 2 pieces of nini unaingiza ndani, pieces of orange unaingiza ndani just to give it flavor so that you can be able to take it. Awesome. Any question up to that point? Yes, sir.
So ni normal mtu akitumia creatine, especially hizi pills, anakunywa maji sana.
Yes. Because also water acts as a substrate that now makes that component to get into the bloodstream. So without water it won't. Okay. So without water it won't. And if you start getting those things accumulating like in your liver, they can even start giving you problems. Because the liver is supposed to use water to break it down. And there's no water. So you go to Apple, it starts corroding the liver. And Apple, it can get worse. Okay. Another problem that comes with that, actually, now let me say because of that question, there's also another trend of doing dry school. Not a dry school. Kuna haja maji, wewe pige tu hivyo. Wewe ni kimota. Imagine ya nini, yeah? Ipige tu hivyo. I was seeing so many influencers do it, yeah? Hakuna story ya maji. Jamaa anaichukua tu hivi, anaipiga tu. And most supplements, when you look at them, you will see the amount of water recommended that you're supposed to mix with it. Sasa, wanaandika hapo 150 ml of water, wanaandika hapo 200 ml of water, mix 2 scoops, nini. Hiyo water sio tu mtu alijisikia tu akasema acha niandike tu. Hapana. Okay. Your water is measured down to the amount of water that supplement needs to help it get in the bloodstream. So it's a must that water does make well. It's just to dry scoops is watu sana. It's not good at all. Yes.
Na ukitumia creatine.
Yes.
Na unatengeneza smoothie. Smoothie yako na mix na creatine.
Unaweka creatine. Yeah. If it has enough water, it will be okay. Yeah. If you have enough water, it will be okay. But if it has milk, because milk is a neutralizing component, yeah? So it can neutralize anything you put in it. Hata kama ni creatine, ama ni other supplements, it can neutralize it, and then it won't be beneficial. So maybe if you just put water, maybe banana, ama kitu kama hiyo, it's just fine. You can put the creatine in it. You can even put the whey in it to just be fine. Bora kuna enough water in that mixture. Kwa hiyo bomb unajaribu kutengeneza. Just make sure that it has enough water. So as I was saying, this thing can even cause kidney stones, yeah? Because ukienda kwa kidneys na hizo particles hazikuwa zimemix vizuri na maji na hizo kwa broken down well, zinaweza zianze kukwama huko kwa kidney and they give you kidney stones, okay? unaweza feel extreme pain for kidneys. When you're pressed, you feel pain. When you're urinating, you feel pain. Doesn't nasikia uchungu huku na huku. Okay, because of that. So these supplements, as you take them, there's these recommendations of how to take them. So ukiexplain mtu namwambia, if you take it, take a lot of water. If you take it, don't take it at this time. If you take it like this. Hizo ni vitu lazima umwambie, because they tend to hurt people just like every other thing kama ijafanywa in a way that is supposed to. Okay, mtu akifanya tu, unajua hata Panadol ukimeza tu venye unataka, it can hurt you. Yeah. Even antibiotics, people just go, mtu anasikia tumbo inamuuma, nenda over the counter, nipe antibiotics anameza. Nipe antibiotics anameza. Okay, it's not good, because those things, if you take them like that in an unregulated way, of course they'll hurt you. So it's best that tupeane hizo recommendations. Another thing, pre-workouts can cause insomnia. Usingizi inaweza enda na iende kabisa. Where you don't feel like umekaa tu ni siku 3 uko tu macho. Kwanza kama it's a new person ndio ametumia for the first time, yeah? 3 days jamaa uko tu. Jamaa lali hajaku kulala na malero juu alali, yeah? Because of how they are going to increase the metabolic rate, they might deprive you of sleep. Also, yeah, that will bang. The same. So, the same. So it can also be able to do that. Sometimes they can give you rashes in the skin if someone is reacting to it, or acne. If you see acne or rashes, just stop. Okay. Any question about pre-workouts? Yes, Kate.
What's the ideal way of using creatine?
Using creatine, okay. So creatine is best if you mix it with water, just water, okay. Mix it only water, and you take it 30 minutes to 1 hour before training, okay. 30 minutes to 1 hour before training. That is a recommended way of taking it. With water, 30 minutes, or 1 hour before training. Another thing that most people tend to use kama pre-workout ni hapo. Ndio. Chakula ndizi mbili hivi ni chapati hizi. It's very common, yeah? But now the problem is, if you are not told nutrition, that bananas have a lot of calories. Kama hii ni 90 calories. Yeah? So 90 calories ukikula mbili, hiyo ni personally, for me to burn 180 calories, I have to run for around 15 minutes for treadmill. No, ni mimi. So if someone is obese, you know, that means that they'll run slower because the endurance is also low. So that means they'll have to do like 30 to 45 minutes for them to burn that 180 calories. So if it's someone who's training to lose weight, it's going to interfere with their process. So what's up?
Is in form of pills?
Yes. Okay. Why? Because we assume that there's a deficiency. Anyway, so we have to bring you up first and then we maintain. That's the reason when you start, you have a loading phase. With most of supplements, actually, you'll have a loading phase. Or as a tablets, when you start, take 5 tablets twice a day. And then after some time, now you can do just 1 tablet. Okay? Because bado nataka to jump start. So ushazoea sasa tuna maintain. Yeah, that's the reason why there's normally a loading phase for beginners. But kama umezoea, you can just go with the normal prescription.
Like unaweza tumia creatine after a workout, tuseme cardio, umesema twice a day.
Yes.
Train morning, so
Yes.
you don't.
Yeah, as a loading phase you can, but unatumia before and after training. Si jioni huko kama unaenda kulala. Yeah. You don't need it anywhere close to your resting time. We need it when you're still very awake. Because most of our metabolic processes, even after umeshamaliza gym, they are still high. Okay, that's why someone who trains has a high metabolic rate than someone who doesn't. So nikisema kila time mimi nasikia njaa, sikutaka kwangu. Sawa sawa. Yeah. Mtu akishinda tu kila time, eh? Hata sasa hivi nimejua kuna mtu huko jana anataka kumaliza saa ngapi ya kule. Si ndio yani? Na kwa hiyo na wengine wetu tuko like sisi tumekula tu saa hii. Because the metabolic rate is up there. Right. So it's just normal, you can do that.
Those supplements sustainability unapatana maybe ukipiga supplement kwa bench hata 8 alafu maybe ukipiga hauna power.
Yes, that's a good question. So you find that once you use supplements so much, you can get hooked. Okay, that means your body will depend on that supplement. So here we talk about pre-workout, because things like caffeine are addictive. Okay, just come down addicted to coffee. Personally, I'm addicted to tea. Okay, it's close but not related. It's close, yeah? So the addiction is there, even though it's minimal. So even when you use creatine, you will get addicted. So your body will get used to it to the point that it's craving and asking for it. So let's go you see. Now how do we tackle that problem? Now we have phases where we are using and phases where we are not. Okay? It's always advised that you can use it for like 2 months, take a break for 1 month. 2 months, take a break for 1 month. Okay? Or if you want to put it in and out, you can have days that you're doing it and days you're not. So come on, miss your leg, best believe it, mean and kujipia. Best believe it, ukiniona nimekaa changing room sana, mimi najipima. Juu hakuna kunanifinya hapo kwa school. Okay. Yeah, but siku ya arms sasa mbona nitumie? Understand? That's cool. So you can have days that you're using, the days you're not, so that you don't become too dependent on it. Maybe uko na cardio days na weight days. Unapiga siku za weight na cardio, unaweka earphone, unapambana na ngoma za Drake. Sawa. Yeah. Hip hop gives you some kind of boost. Ama mi peke yangu. That's the only time I listen to hip hop. Another time nasikianga sasa amejamba. Nikijaribu kukaa nyuma ningefu. Ndio nikafikia mtu. Jamaa amejamba. Akula penye hood with a clip bang bang. Wewe unga mrudishiki ndo amechukua. But kama ni time ya cardio, pale kwa treadmill nikiega wallahi, kana unasikia ni kama wewe pia ni bad boy fulani. Uko New York. Ubaya ni usiangalie kioo. Nitakukumbusha wewe ni wakula. Achana na kioo ya. Kwa zone. Sawa. Kwa zone. Yeah. So that is how we tackle that addiction and dependence. Tunaita dependency. Tukiita addiction tutapelekwa rehab. So let's call it dependency, okay? So you can tackle that like that. Good. Now let's go to fat burners. Some of the fat burners zenye niko nazo, you can see it as you pass. So I'm sure you have seen like so many advertisements. So take this pill, it helps you burn fat. Take this pill, it doesn't do what? It's slender wonder, slender what? There's so many names to it, yeah? So many things, yeah? But the fact and the truth is that there is no magic pill to burn fat. Haijapatikana. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll get it so I become the next billionaire, but me dreams. Aiko, like anyone who can invent that, best believe it, you're going to become the next Bill Gates. Best believe it. It's not out there. Even the rich don't have it. Okay? Because kama ingekuwa, my friend, population ya gym inge drop from 100 to 2%, yeah? Watu wawili wangebaki. Okay? Na huyo ni Eric. Eric na student of the month pekee wanaweza kuwa huko, yeah? Because you know they are dealing with mental issues. Yeah? They are too motivated kwa gym. Mama tuite aje. Kama unataka kuishi kwa gym, si mental thing. Unataka tu uteseke kufanya. Ni kama you're dealing with some childhood stuff. Ni kama kuna trauma fulani kana kuzumbua. Kate can relate. Eh? So that magic pill is not there. What we have are supplements that do some things in the body that put it in a position where now if you're in a caloric deficit and you're physically active, it can promote the weight loss process. So, okay, we have these products that if you take them, they put the body in a certain position so that it can be in an advantage position to lose fat. Okay, two conditions: you're in a caloric deficit, okay, and you're physically active. Ukimeza mkae tu kitambi kanaendelea tu kumea. Sasa unameza kitambi inaendelea kumea hadi you're wondering if it's doing the opposite. No, it's not doing the opposite. But there's two things it's supposed to be doing. You have to be in that caloric deficit and you have to be physically what? Active. So what are these things that these supplements are going to do that will put in that position? Number one, the preview of appetite. Usikuwe wafula sana kila time ngudula hiki. Ama niweke unga. Ama niweke majani, ama niweke unga, ama niweke majani the whole day. No. 80% of people who are fighting obesity ama fat, it's just because of appetite. Wow. Ni utamu tu ya hapa tu. You know, sometimes when you eat, you're not even hungry, you're just bored. Shaka kwa nyumba hivi ukasema, niko kwa ile fridge unaenda. Okay, si ati umesikia njaa, and you'll realize that most times when you're doing nothing, you eat more than when you're busy. Like siku umekuwa tu busy, hata unasahau kukula, umesahau aje. If it was like it's a must, how did you forget it? But ile siku umeshinda tu kwa nyumba, wewe meal saba. Hadi zingine hadi kuna breakfast na mini breakfast, yeah? Kuna ka pre-lunch, kuna ka lunch, kuna ka post-lunch. Sapa inaanza saa 9 hapo hilo. Sapa inaanza saa 9 kwanza kuna kachai hapo kidogo. Sasa ugali na iva. Hadi kuna chai unakunywa ukipika ugali. Yeah. So because you are too bored, yeah? And if you're too bored, the brain will always look for something to do. And in that way, the tongue will remind the brain that they are one and the same. Okay, that's why you eat too much. So that's the reason why when you take these supplements, they are going to deprive you of that appetite. Okay, so they are appetite suppressors. They suppress the appetite, so you don't really think much of food. And in that way, you'll eat less and you'll lose weight. Okay, just like what you're being told about these different diets, keto diet, judo, what diet, they work. But how do they work? Because in a caloric deficit. Sasa, si ati jusa unakula tu nyama pekee, hapana. That is not the reason why you are losing fat. You are losing fat because in a caloric deficit. Juu unakula nyama pekee unakula kidogo. Okay? Juu unakula mboga pekee unakula kidogo. Kama ungekuwa unakula variety ungekuwa unakula mingi. So it's the same. Even these things, as long as appetite may drop, of course you eat less. And if you eat less, you lose weight. Alafu hapo unasema hii umejua nilisaidia nika lose weight. Hii kitu inachoma mafuta. Okay, haikuchoma mafuta, just place your body in a certain position that will help you that. Two, they are gonna give you that fullness. They give you the feeling of being full. They give you the feeling of being full. Nisikia mkiambia kuna hormones zinafanya mtu anasikia njaa. Na hormones zinafanya mtu anasikia ameshiba. Unazikumbuka? Gani na gani? Yeah? Unazikumbuka? Mabackbencher mlikuwa? Ama mlikuwa left kidogo? Ama kama left kidogo? So what happens is that they can make your body to produce those hormones that are going to make you feel like you're full. Haujakula lakini unasikia tu kurusa. Unapata lunch imepita tu hujajua. Ni saa 9. Hata sijakula lunch. Acha tu ndakula. Si usha miss meal hivyo. Understand? Because you are feeling. But kama hujatumia tukaa hiyo, unaweza kusikia ile njaa saa 5. Saa 5 unaangalia tu saa. Lunch itafika saa. uende kwa madhe. Ndio? Hadi naanza kukaa nikao na miss madhe. Unaanza kuangalia mapema juu ile njaa yenye una feel. Because feeling hungry, it's a feeling, it's not actuality. It's not actual that you actually need food at this time. It's just a feeling. Okay? Unajua digestion starts the moment you start thinking of food. Not even the moment right when you happen. Ukifikiria chakula ama saa ya chakula imefika tu hivi, the body has started already producing the juices for digestion because it knows that it's about to go down. Ina prepare maneno. But if your mind is not there because you're feeling full, it will not do that. So you will not feel it. So in that way, it will also help you to lose weight. Okay? You now good. Another thing is that it's going to improve your energy levels. Energy level. Kusikia njaa na kuchoka zinaendana pamoja, si ndio? Ndio ndio umechoka. Ndio umechoka. Kusikia njaa na kuchoka are not related at all. Yeah? Naweza kuwa njaa lakini sijachoka. Naweza choka lakini siko njaa. Sawa sawa. So if I'm feeling like I have a lot of energy, I will automatically think that I'm okay and I don't need food. Awesome. If I feel like I don't have energy, nasikia nimechoka mzee, sijui nikule kandizi. Understand? Sasa nasikia njaa, nasikia tu energy iko chini man. Sijui nikule nini, ngoja niangalia mpaka kuna kitu naweza kula. Yeah. But if I'm feeling like I have the focus and I have the energy, I will not be able to look for food. Because food is supposed to give me energy. Okay? So if it's gonna give you that energy level is going to increase and improve that, then there will be no need for you to eat. So those are some of the things that these fat burners are going to do in the body to aid with the weight loss process. But it's not about it going to the fat stores, picking fat, inaenda na yega kwa meko ina kisha nichomeke ishi. Hapana, it doesn't happen like that. Yeah. So right now in the world of weight loss, there are some even other ways that now people are doing. I'm sure mmeona watu wengine wanaingizwa balloon kwa tumbo. The gastric balloon, yeah? Inaingizwa kwa tumbo na meza inafungia kwa tumbo so that it occupies space. It gives you the idea of fullness so that you don't eat all the time. Okay. Kuna watu wengine wanaenda wanafanywa bypass procedures. Whereby tumbo inakatwa kidogo so that kuna space in food haiendi. Sawa. They reduce your tummy in size basically. Yeah? So that you don't eat too much. Nakula kidogo umeshiba. Like I told you, most people who are fighting obesity, it's just poor eating habits. Okay. Ni appetite tu iko juu. Na uta notice hiyo kitu. Uta notice eh? Hata kama pumpumu nilikuwa na shule walikuwa wanashinanga tu na kitu kwa mdomo. All the time, hata watu wako parade. Nakula like there's something always going on. So if they were feeling full all the time, they will not feel the need to do that. Okay. So there are other things that are emerging right now in this weight loss world when people are trying to do this. So you also need to know them because your client will ask you, ama you will meet them at a particular point. Na nakwambia nilikuja gym, nilifanywa gastric bypass. It's a procedure walikukata tumbo. Okay, so huna tumbo sasa. So you need to be up to date so that when you meet such clients, usionekane ni kama hujui kitu ina happen ama kitu unafanya. You need to know them. So when they tell you, you know what exactly it is. And you have to know that if someone does that, automatically they are going to have low energy levels. So don't push them as much. Unaenda na energy yake, ukimlearn kwanza, you know how much energy they have, how much they can go fast before now you start doing your karabati. Because unaweza push sana, juu amekula kidogo, but compared with the BMI, the body requires more calories than they have had. So their caloric deficit is very low. So that means they will have very low energy levels. So mtu anaweza pass out, mtu anaweza faint. Okay. So you need to understand how to deal with these things. Yeah? But also with weight loss comes other myths. Funga hii belt itachoma mafuta. Ladies wanazijua sio? Belts kama thao. Funga hivi sijui inafanya nini, akata mafuta ya huku tu peke yake nini. Yeah? Sijui uvae nini ukitrain. Yeah? Uvae plastic paper. Ukitrain sana ndio uban vizuri. You understand? But now what is important is you knowing the process of weight loss and fat burn. Nikishajua venye fat inaisha, there's nothing else that you're going to bring in to confuse me. Okay. Ukiambia tunafunga belt, say belt imeburn fat aje. How did it pick the fat, put in the bloodstream, use it as energy? So this person, how? Okay. When someone is sweating, doesn't necessarily mean that that person is burning fat. Okay. What it means that person is losing water, because that's what you can see. Huyu mtu amekuwa dehydrated. That's for fact. Okay. And because of dehydration, anaweza simama kwa scale na ionyeshe kweli imedrop. Sawa? Yeah, because water holds a lot of weight also in the body. So if you reduce the water content, the weight is going to reduce. But that is not fat. Okay? That is not fat. So these things you'll be able to explain them to your client in details, make them know exactly what's happening and why. Sawa? Any question? Any question? Also, we have things that just to mention, we have things like intra-workout supplements. So we have talked about post-workouts, which are the protein supplements, and pre-workouts, which are the like creatine and this that give you the energy and focus and whatever. Okay. And now we have intra-workouts. Kuna zingine zenye zina is on the intra-workouts, like as you train, you take them as you continue. So unazeka kwa maji. Watu wanaona tu unatrain ukisip maji, kumbe unajipima. Ukitrain na vijana. Wazao wanashangaa, na huu choki bwana. Personally I've done that so many times. But msiambie mtoto nimetrain. Sasa nimezoea na Erika hapa, nilikuwa nafaa tu train na yeye. Ni joke. Sasa ni joke. Ile siku mna amekwambia kuja gym yetu bana tutrain, atakufinya. Kama ni sawa ndio. Ukiona nimekuja na chupa yenye si kala leo. Mara anayeka mbali na nyinyi. Wewe anaenda kama kapiga na narudi tena. Umeruhusu. Kwanza mnaanza chini hadi na wapete na tuanze kuchini. Mimi anaipea time ya kukimbia. Unakuwa unashangaa nini kimefanyika hapa inakuramba. Okay. So kujipin is very important. Ukipata friends wanataka kukufinya. So intra-workouts are also there. They also help with the recovery and they help with mental focus and energy that will feel you are exercising. So those ones are also there. Yeah? The intra-workouts. They help with mental focus. They help you with recovery. Also, they help with energy levels. When it comes to fat burners, there are also another category of theirs that is called fat blockers. Okay, fat blockers. Kwa zile zenye nimewapea kuna moja ilikuwa imeandikwa night. Kuna moja itarudi hapo. Kwani kenye ni win betika yezi buy kitu. Yeah, so unaweza kama hii imeandikwa night, yeah? Now, so as I said, that you should not take fat burners when you are going to sleep because they are increasing the heart rate and blood pressure, and if you are at rest, it can hurt you. Sindio? But niaje imeandikwa night. Okay? Because these are fat blocker. It's not a fat burn, it's a blocker. Okay? Why? Because it interferes with the digestion of carbs, so that carbs are not absorbed as much. Okay? Ni kama iko pale kwa intestine pale sasa absorption ina happen. Ikiona carbs iko like hapana nyie mwingi leo. Nyipiteni. So that you don't absorb much carbs in the body, and since you are not physically active, convert them into fat and store them. So kama ita block your digestion part, then it will not be able to gain more fat. So There are fat blockers and there are fat burners, so don't confuse the two. Fat blockers can be used at night. Actually, night is best because when you're sleeping, it's when your body is notorious of storing these fats because you're not physically active. And that's why nutrition will advise you that the easiest way to lose fat is to take these carbs earlier on in your day, si karibu na time unaenda bed. Sawa sawa. So unazikula huko mapema. Because if you are sleeping, the metabolic rate is going to slow down, and then now that is going to enhance the body to be like, hey, mi job sifanyi leo bana, ingeni hapa. Inazizunda, unalala kama una kitambi unaamka nayo. Because at that point now, the body tends to be like, let's just do this for future use, because you're not physically active at that time. So fat blockers can be able to help with that. But all these that we have talked about are not magic pills. Okay, like I've told you, there's no magic pill, at least yet. Mostly around. There's no magic pill yet, yes.
Do these supplements have the same effects by men and ladies? Do they have the same effects? For example, if an anatomia and maybe the lady anatomia, do they?
Okay, that's good. So when it comes to pre-workouts, sometimes they specify that this is for men and this is for ladies. So sometimes they specify that this is for men and this is for ladies. Why? Because kama hii slender wonder inakwanga for ladies. Okay? Yeah, there's no man who wants to be slender. Is there? There's none. Slender wonder for ladies. So you realize that they'll have minimal effects. See hardcore as such. Okay? Because the lady doesn't have much muscle mass and all those type of things, and they are not even going to go as hard as you. Let's say if they are going to the gym, okay, and they could lift as heavy as you and all those things. So in terms of raising the blood pressure and the heart rate, yeah, itakuwa this minimal. So that is going to happen with the pre-workouts. When we come to the protein ones, yeah, the shakes we can share. Okay. We can buy one na tutumie. Unaweza tumia na mkoa wako, unapiga. So itakuwa tu sawa. But of course, the effects when it comes to the outcome is going to be different. Because as a man you're in an advantage position to build muscle. Sawa. Yeye pia anaweza build vitu zingine, yeah. Zenye zingine kama zako, lakini there are some other things that can also come. I've seen some ladies use these protein supplements to get thicker. But now the problem with getting thick is that the body decides where it can. The body decides, inaweza amua direction huku unataka. Ulikuwa unataka get thick na get thick. So that also happens. I've seen that happen. But if gym zake, because getting thick and shapy for ladies is about gym. Sawa. It's not about squats, it's not about deadlift, it's not about anything. Ni gym zake. So kama jeans zake ni za flat tummy na huku nyuma, hata kipiga protein shake ita maintain tu na huku i grow. Sawa. But kama jeans zake ni za huku na huku ndinakuja, the same thing is going to happen. Yeah. So the ladies can do it with good physical activity and training and all. They can be able to get some promising and some enticing outcome. It happens. Okay. But generally, a lady who trains and lifts weights will look better than a lady who doesn't. It doesn't matter which DNA or whatever, it just happens. So most times when you get a client, they tell you, mimi nataka tu kutoa hii niongeze hii. As much as you are a trained fit pro and you know that's not a possibility, just tell them you come, we train, and you will love the results. Okay, you will see what will come out and you will love it. And definitely when it comes out, they will love it. They will see it and they will love it. Hakuna msana hata penda kukuona na lavando. So when this one goes, even if this one doesn't grow, the shape looks way better. So they'll just see it and they'll love it. Also, sometimes also mafuta za huku zikiisha, inakaga ni kama huku inamea. Si ndio? Alafu kwanza tukizuri kuna hadi zile nguo zao za gym. Zimetengenezwa kuongezea hii idea. Unaona ndio katikati hadi kuna zile blada. Inaziseparate nionyeshe size. Alafu akipiga picha anakavuta nyuma. Anakavuta. Unaweza si utafutika. Anakavuta. Alafu apate zile filters za Snapchat. Akodhe ni nani? Mariana. Unaona tu kila kitu imechange, si ndio? Yeah, so of course when you train, even as a also okay, everyone. Like the body just becomes better, you look better. Kuna gym ilikuwa inaitwa racing sport. Their theme ilikuwa look better naked. Unajua naked ni unakuwa honest with yourself. You ni honesty of the highest level. Yeah. Si nguo, but everyone looks better in clothes. That's a fact. Hata mtu anakaaje, kuna tu nguo tu fulani akivaa. Kuna tu nguo fulani. Haujibu status zake lakini usiku uko like hey. Hiyo usiku uko like kitu naona kama imeenda. Unaweza kuiconsider Haujai consider, umekuwa na namba yake since preschool. Lakini hiyo siku unaweza like long time. Hakuna long time bwana. Hakuna long time. Kwani long time ni leo tu. But the problem is that akiva hiyo nguo unakuja wengi. Hiyo siku unadhani ni wewe peke yako. Watu wengine pia wameona the same thing. Okay, so generally when you train and you look better, Sharon anaona tutatuoni. Ana understand. Ana understand. Ana relate. Una sound familiar. Kalbo. Si wewe ndio Lesley kwa jamii ya mtu. Naona at this point, Sharon anajaribu kusema kama nani. Usitaje mtu, mwache tu. Mwacha dhani ni yeye peke yake aliona. So when someone trains, whatever it is, hata show, hata fly outcome. Kaona outcome hata fly. Whatever is going to come, whatever is going to happen is going to be better than it was when you were not trained. Okay? Or when the client was not trained. Yeah, that's why you need to work on your personal training skills so that you retain your clients for longer. Okay? Sometimes client anasimama kwa scale and there's no difference. Lakini kuna nguo tu fulani kifiti na msikia hii nguo hii kuku inanivaa hivi. Si ndio? Ana feel better, anakuambia by the way, na coach nikuulize. Sija lose weight lakini siku hizi nasikia tu yani mimi hata bibi anasema siku hizi kuna venye niko nimerudi kijana. Unaambia ndio maana niliwaambia usiyebage training. Because training, what I always say is that if we have to start naming the benefits of exercise from top, weight loss itakuwa huko. So, like that is one of the things, like hizo ndio ziko minute, hizo ni byproduct. You may lose 2 weight as a byproduct because you're physically active. But vitu zingine that are going to come into play are more beneficial than even that. Okay? Because kuna vitu zingine zenye they are life changing. For example, the same person I told about mwenye alienda kula supplements zake kama sijui buy my burger. When he started training, sasa kwa diabetes at 32. The guy alikuwa diabetes now ako na high blood pressure at 32. Okay? Because alikuwa general manager. So unajua mkaa sana bosi ya na dope inaingia. The previous year before he started training, he used 700,000 on medication. 700,000. Sasa mimi akipea 30 yangu tu si wizi ndio. Haizi sema ndio mimi ni Ruto. I did my job. Within, I think we trained like for 4 months, 4 or 5 months. The guy alikuwa ameshatolewa madawa zake hadi zikaisha. Na daktari wake tu anambia anaenda napimwa, anambia at this point sasa hizi dawa 1 to 3 tuachane nazo. Because when you go na dawa zingine zinawasaidia na hiyo pressure, zinawasaidia na heart rate, zinawasaidia na nini. You see, there's a lot of medication for different symptoms. Okay, those are symptoms because they are not helping the person lose weight. They are not making the heart stronger. And in no way, shape or form are they removing the fat that is blocking the blood vessels. Okay, so hizo ni dawa tu za symptoms. Ni kama ile tunasikia huko shambani, shosho juzi pressure yake imepanda hapa. Tumemkimbiza hospitali alitushtua sana lakini sasa yeye amerudi hapo sawa. Hayuko sawa. Sawa. Hayuko sawa. Shosho hayuko sawa in anyway. So hiyo unapianga tu pressure yake ilimsumbua hapa kidogo umejua. tulipambana, but eventually Mungu akamchukua. Okay, because every time alikuwa anapelekwa OC natibu symptoms. Pressure imepanda ni symptom. It means that the blood vessels are clogged, and if you are not removing this thing, which there's no medication that can remove it. Okay, the physical training and good diet, that's it. So instead of like when anaizo ma symptom na nini, exercise is life changing. Hata ukipanda plan anaambia mimi naona tu mwili wangu iko sawa, mbona ni train? There's so many reasons why you should train. Okay, you should train just as much as you're living and breathing. It's that important. It's not a matter of should you or should you not. You must train. Okay, you must. If you want to live a healthy life and enjoy it, you must train. Because unapata daina naipanga training, enda kakaria kutafuta pesa. So ashapata pesa, health wise ako gym. So you have money and your bones are cracking. Hata ukienda Maldives huwezi swim. Huwezi swim, kabuda kuna tumbo huku kasle hivi ndio umemdanganya na pesa amekuja sasa ndio. So what will happen? Unamwangalia tu. Akikushika kitambi. There's nothing that you can really do. So if you really want like to have a healthy, good life, which is the goal, isn't it? That's the goal. You must train. Not wazazi wenyu mwakazie wa train. Because if you have information and you're not using it to change the society, there's no reason to have it. Okay? Yeah. Education is not the key to success. It's the possibility of success. Once you have the information, you apply it. If you don't apply it, I don't say that. Okay? Yeah. Kazi ya wazazi wako wa train. Mwambie tu mami hata tuanze tu hata na hapa tu kwa sitting room yako. Sawa? Because ukimwambia gym anaanza Kiswahili mingi. Huko kwa gym kuna tu watu wa young, wataniangalia watashangaa huyu sasa anafanya nini hapa. Analeta Kiswahili mingi, yeah, been there done that. Then najua. Ataleta Kiswahili mingi, naomba tufanye hivi. Tuanze tu hapa, sawa? Bed training tu exercise zingine kama 7 hivi. Ndio sasa ukiamka fanyanga hizi 7 pekee. Exercise is addictive. Yeah. Ina produce dopamine. The more the dopamine being produced, the more addicted you are to it. Hata unafeel tu zile siku jaenda gym wewe ni mgonjwa. Mwanzo nimemiss bana. Wewe unafeel kama ume lose kitu because haujakuwa na ile high ya kawaida unakuwa nayo kwa so akianza tu hapo atajipeleka gym peke yake. Atakwambia umejua juzi nimepita pale gym nikawauliza wamesema ati ni 3.5. Sasa mimi hiyo pesa mimi si unajua tu hivi hata unaambia aenda na kulipia anaenda ana excuse ndio jima amepata pesa unalipia ataenda na akienda basi ukisahau kutumia atalipa peke yake ati nilishalipa ulitoa pesa uko na hii chama ni kama before hiyo chama ilikuwa ndio ilikuwa ni venye tu hapo kwa hooked ni venye tu mtu anatumia hii drug they always get money to buy even if they are selling their phone or themselves nichukue unipe tu kanita moja they always find a way yeah, they always find a way yeah hata usote hadi utaenda na tu gym there's a way tu utakuwa unapata na hata kwa una sneak in una hope hata notice ime expire membership imeisha una sneak in you sneak in and you do it sawa any question before we finish tumeshiba kabisa si ndio? Meja kama kuna swali ina class only means two things. Tumeshiba ama tujaelewa chochote. But according to participation, let me assume the first one, si ndio? Sawa. So that will be it for today. And we are happy to have you here. For those who have not done the full course, do it. There's more to fitness, okay? Yeah, I'm always here. The most phone calls I get ni zile za mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa industry sasa nataka tu hiyo saati. Hizo nazipata kila siku mingi sana. And the one thing that really saddens me is that if you're saying that for your own industry, it means you have not realized the need in your own industry. Wewe mwenyewe huja notice that what you need and what does the industry need to grow. Okay. So as tunataka tu saati ndio wenye tunalipwa tu ma 15,000 ma 17,000 things like that will always continue. Okay. Hautapata watu wengine kwa industry zao wakifanya vitu kama hizo because they take their industry seriously. And if we take it seriously, the gym owners and managers and PT plans will also take it seriously. with all this knowledge, hata ukimwagia mtu alafu mwambie PT unamchaji 30 hata kata. But kila swali anakuuliza ujui, kila swali ujui. Alafu unamwambia mimi nitakapati tao. Si anaonekana na waste pesa. Yeah. Anaonekana na waste pesa. Anaona sasa sio kijana maraza mbona nimpe 30,000. Kwani nimekosa kitu kufanya na pesa. You see? Ataona hivyo. But if you show the value and they can see the value, of course they'll pay for it. Of course they'll pay for it. Hata ukienda interview, maswali zote wanakuuliza ni ABCD. You see? Because you have the knowledge. Any money that you quote, sasa ni hao ndio watabageni, si wewe ndio bageni na hao. Ati yeye kwa hiyo 20 zimuongeze 2k ya fares, utawaambia mimi nataka 60k. Hao ndio wanaanza kusema yeah, umejua because now you know the finance there and then you know the gym is new, it's still growing, so what thing if you can take 45. Naambia let me think about it at home. Naenda hapa jamaa tupigia lini ya juu anajua tukipata umse clients wetu wataona the value in this person and then we'll retain them. So if you have value, other people persuade you. If you don't have, yeah, you'll be the one persuading them. So with this knowledge, we take it out there, we grow our industry as a whole, because I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Sindio? Niko hapa na interviewing watu everywhere about the fitness industry, yeah, because we need each one and every one of us to go on the same page. That is when now we can revolutionize. But if it's only one person, imagine niwe peke yako PT unacharge, ama tuseme hata kwa gym wewe peke yako unaenda unasema unataka 60k, si wengine na 15 tuko sawa, nani atakupea 60k? Si atuchukue si wa sita basi. Sawa. But kama si wote tunakuja tunasema tunataka 60, either utuchukue ama ukose training. Sawa. So but si wote lazima tufike level ya kuitisha 60. And how do we start? By getting the knowledge and the information. So what do we put? The knowledge, information, then with that comes certification. Because kuchukua certificate kwa mtu ana knowledge ni kama ku crown mwenda wazimu. Sawa. Kwetu mwenda na amekaa kwa crown, it doesn't make sense. Yeah? Because they should have the value that they want to provide. Sawa. Good. So with that, we end for it. We'll get your certificates to a party and then we call it a day. Sawa. Good. Nairobi Zoezi Institute.